New Year's is right around the corner, and that means it's time to try new whiskey. Here's 5 to start with. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Bourbon Hutch. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey through the world of whiskey. So that's right, New Year's, it's coming up quick. And for me, part of my New Year's resolution is to try more new whiskeys. Because in the past year plus, I've tried a lot of new things, and often it's been when I've chosen to branch out that I've really been rewarded. So, wanted to highlight 5 bottles that I've tried over the last year that you may not have tried yet, and I think are really worth looking for and going out and maybe trying to get your hands on some variation of these this year. To start out the list, we have something with new in its name, so you know it's gotta be on the New Year's list, and that is New Riff 6-year malted rye whiskey. So I would honestly say if you try anything from New Riff, that's gonna be a win. I think they make fantastic whiskey. I think that if you try this bottle in particular, if you're able to see it and grab it, I think it's right around $60. This is so good. There's so much like candied orange notes on here. It's kind of crazy, good vanillas, a little bit of spice and cinnamon too. This is just such a great product. 6 years old. I think they're coming out with an 8-year-old maybe this year too, so in 2023. So look out for that. But New Riff overall is just killing it. Both rye and bourbon, really solid. Bottle number 2 on this list comes from one of my favorite up-and-coming distilleries. I think they just make phenomenal products overall, and that is Chattanooga Bottled in Bond. So if you're able to get one of these seasonal releases, they release one in the fall and in the spring, I believe. These are great products. I think this is the Spring 2017. It's so good. It's got a really nice like cranberry note on it, very unique. But honestly, most stuff from Chattanooga, I've heard great things. I have the 111 cask strength as well that I just really love. Man, they're killing it. I can't wait to see what more they do with older stuff. Okay, so bottle number 3 here is actually a little bit controversial because it did come in and sort of replace a well-loved bourbon this year, but I think it stands pretty well on its own, and that is Nelson Brothers Reserve Bourbon. So this came in and replaced the Belle Meade Reserve. Belle Meade got pulled out of the national market. There's still kind of a decent number of bottles that I've seen around, so if you see one, might be time to pick it up. But this Nelson Brothers Reserve kind of stands well on its own. I think this is 107.8 proof, so still pretty nice proof there. Not sure the age. I think this is still sourced whiskey, so it's probably in that like 4 to 5 year old range. And man, it's quite good. I mean, it's got a nice like sweet cotton candy bubblegum note on it for me, with some nice honey and vanilla. So overall, a really nice whiskey. I think price-wise, this one's sitting in that like $55 to $60 range, which again might, raise some eyebrows, but I think it's at least worth checking out, and I'm not at all upset with this purchase, and I'm glad I went out and tried it. In fact, this Nelson Brothers is what I have poured up here today, and just wanted to take a moment and say thanks for all the support of the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, would appreciate you hitting that big red button, hitting the like button too while you're at it. I want to say Happy New Year's. Cheers to you and those you love, that it's a safe, healthy, happy, fulfilling, and meaningful New Year 2023. Cheers. That's got some more dark, rich tones and body than I remember. Very nice. All right, these last 2 bottles here now on the list, they're really gonna step up our game here. These are just both phenomenal whiskeys. They also step up in price, but I think they're worth it. So first of those is Barrel Vantage. So this is an $80 to $90 bottle for most people. That's kind of where most barrel products fall, so lots of people don't necessarily pick them up because they are in that more premium priced category. But if you haven't had anything from Barrel yet, my thoughts are go try one of their bottles. Whether it's the Seagrass from last year, which was a really fantastic and unique rye, or this new Barrel Vantage, which I think is a great toasted bourbon with some oaky influence, but lots of like peach and vanilla too. Barrel knows what they're doing, and honestly, I think it's worth it to go pay $80 to $90 to try one of their products and see what you think. All right, last but certainly not least, in fact, this might be one of the best bottles of whiskey I have ever tasted, and that is Bardstown Discovery Series number 8. So again, this is another distillery blending process, just like barrel is. Bardstown does a lot of blending that a lot of people pass up on because of the price point. This is $140 for a bottle of whiskey, which is a lot. To be honest with you, it's a lot. But this is one of the best whiskeys I've ever tasted. I hesitated, just like many people do, around Discovery Series and Bardstown because of that. But once I tasted it, oh, it's so good. And I am looking forward to trying more of Bardstown this year in 2023. It's going to be a new distillery for me to explore. And they're coming out with their Origin series, apparently, which is going to showcase their own whiskey. So again, new whiskey on the market for all of us to try. And if this is any indication of the quality standard that they're going to have, I'm just super excited, and I hope you are too. All right, everybody, that's my list of 5 new whiskeys I was able to try this year and that I would encourage you to go out and try. And in the spirit of the new year in 2023, if you see products from any of these distilleries, I would give it a big thumbs up to go ahead and try those, stretch your palate, and maybe even spend a little bit more, because most of these are craft whiskey and going to be a little bit more expensive. But branching out is always fun, and each of these is so unique and different that I got to give them a big recommend. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the list, and let me know what some of the best new whiskeys you've tried in 2022 are, and what you're looking forward to trying that's going to come out in 2023. Until I see you guys again for another video, all I can say is keep drinking good whiskey, keep trying new whiskeys, and cheers.